Hi, I'm Lily. Today I'm going to read Danny's Sick Day. Let's go reader level 4. Danny's Sick Day. Danny lives with his mom, dad, sister, and brother. His sister's name is Jen. His brother's name is Jake. It's Saturday and there is a lot to do. Jake and Jen like to help. Danny doesn't like to do chores. Dad says, we have to clean the house. Jen has to take out the trash. Jake has to clean the living room. Danny has to vacuum the carpet. Danny says, I can't vacuum the carpet today, Dad. Why not? Says Dad. Because I'm sick, says Danny. What's wrong? Asks Dad. I have a cold. Mom says, we have to call and write to the family. Jake calls his grandma and grandpa. Jen writes an email to her cousin. Mom writes a letter to Aunt Louise. Mom says, Danny, mail this letter, please. I can't, says Danny. Why not? Asks Mom. Because I have a headache, says Danny. Dad says, we have to take care of the dog. Jen has to feed the dog. Jake has to wash the dog. Danny has to take the dog for a walk. Danny says, I can't take the dog for a walk, Dad. What's wrong? Asks Dad. I have a sore throat. Mom says, it's time to eat. They sit down at the table. They have fish and broccoli for dinner. Jen and Jake like fish and broccoli. Danny doesn't like fish and he doesn't like broccoli. Danny says, I can't eat broccoli. Why not? Asks Mom. I have a stomachache, says Danny. Do you want some fish? Asks Mom. No, thank you. I have a toothache too, says Danny. That's too bad, says Mom. Mom says, okay, it's time to clear the table and wash the dishes. Jen and Jake clear the table. There are a lot of dishes in the kitchen. Dad says, Danny, you have to wash the dishes. I can't, says Danny. Why not? Asks Dad. Because I have a fever, says Danny. It's time for music, says Jen. We have to practice. Jen plays the piano. Jake plays his trumpet. Danny doesn't want to play music. Jake asks, Danny, do you want to practice the violin? I can't, says Danny. Why not? Asks Jake. Because I have an earache, says Danny. Mom says, it's time for homework. Jen has to read a novel. Jake has to study math. Danny has to write a paper. Jen reads the novel. Then she surfs the internet. Jake studies math. Then he watches sports on TV. Danny doesn't do his homework. I can't, he says. I have a bad cough. It's time for ice cream, says Dad. Jen gets the dishes. Jake gets the ice cream. I want to have ice cream, says Danny. You can't, says Dad. Why not? Asks Danny. You're sick, says Mom. Danny vacuums the carpet in the living room. He walks the dog and he mails a letter to Aunt Louise. He washes the dishes. He practices his violin. Then he does his homework. Finally, Danny gets ice cream. I feel better now, says Danny.